Hello, assalamu alaikum everyone. How are you doing?
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
Very good, alhamdulillah.
Walaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Right.
Welcome, salam. Ashish, how are you?
Not bad, not bad. How about you?
Very good, very good.
Great.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, sir. How about you?
Very good, alhamdulillah.
Yes. Sir, you got my email? Did you get?
I got your email. Yes.
Sir, only point number 21 is missing, sir. Failure cluster. That I will do it soon, inshallah. So
It's okay, for sure.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm just waiting for two more guys to join in. So I can see Ijaz and Saf. How are you guys? Been a very, very long time.
Yes, we miss you a lot, Saji. Both of them is
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
Alhamdulillah. Same here. So, Saf, where were you? After BMO, last time I know you were in BMO.
Yes, last year I just accept full-time job, the BMO.
Okay.
So still I'm in a BMO.
Okay, excellent. And still with the security team?
Still with the security team, yes.
Group policies and everything. IAM.
It's IAM, yes.
IAM. Okay,
Yeah.
very good. And what about Ijaz? Ijaz, how are you doing? Ijaz is talking on mute, I guess. Okay, we cannot hear Ijaz. Ijaz, can you hear us?
Sir, can you accept my request?
I already accepted
Sir,
everyone. I don't have anyone in the waiting.
Sir, from laptop also.
Wasim.
Wasim, how are you?
Not bad. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, very good, very good.
So I guess you also did not accept my meeting request.
Oh, yes. Now I saw that. It's I think it's a little bit delay, but now I accepted both.
That's fine.
Okay. So thank you for joining in, everyone. And I did receive your project documents, and most of you have sent me the project document, except maybe one or two. So today we are starting this new training, but before that training, I wanted to know the experience that you had going through with the project document. I have some other students as well that they already completed VCP before, long time back. They are already in the field and they wanted to repeat the course. So this is good for everyone. They'll be able to help out with their real experience as well at the same time, and they'll upgrade their skills to a newer upgraded the newer version. So starting with first, Wasim, how was your experience with the project, the custom lab?
I think so. It's a nice project. First of all, so it's more or less like a practical thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, and I really learned a lot. And there are a couple of questions which I'm gonna ask you maybe personally or later on down the road.
Okay.
But for now, looks like everything is going okay, and I'm pretty okay with the project and custom lab because it's more or less like a practical thing we are doing here.
Excellent, very good. And you were the first one sending the document with a proper presentation, and it was really good. So thank you for that.
Okay. Thank you very
okay,
much.
so Alamgir, how was your experience with the project? The project.
Sir, alhamdulillah, it was good. We did these things so many times, so it
Okay.
was me.
Okay. So you started really early, even before the custom lab, you started working on failover cluster and forest trust and different type of, so you have different exposure as compared to other students.
Like,
Okay, very good. Ashish, you just sent out a document. I haven't seen the document. I think you sent it out last night. So how was your
Yes,
experience?
it was pretty good. I guess. I mean, uh, what I really was looking into, to be honest, other than the document, was the RSAT that you were actually talking about in the previous, not the last, but the one before that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was actually trying to look into, to be honest.
So
I guess even Naveed has been trying to
RSAT
do
was
it.
not working?
To be honest, I didn't really get to it. I just finished the
Right.
project, and
Mm-hmm.
I did have a little issue, so I had to get that resolved. The sharing wasn't working for me for some reason, and then I realized it was because of the Hyper-V and stuff like that. But all over it was pretty good though. Like, I mean, pertaining to the
Excellent.
course, it was pretty great.
Okay, very good, very good. Well, RSAT is not to worry about. RSAT is everything that we see in that you've already seen on a domain controller, Active Directory, ADUC. It's all those tools. It's just the tools. The problem that we
Right.
faced, it was due to I think, due to Windows 10 version. With all other version, RSAT works fine. So don't worry about that.
Right. Well, I did get the version 8. I did share it on the group as well. So I'm gonna try to install that, reinstall that, and see how it goes.
Okay, okay, excellent.
Thanks.
Okay, so Salim, how was your experience? Was it difficult? I mean,
Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
welcome salam.
Yeah, not too bad. Sorry, is like I got a little bit difficulties, but it's okay. I manage.
Excellent, excellent, very good. So thinking that most of you, 3 months back, you had no idea about, this is a completely new technology for most of you sitting here. And after 3 months, you're able to do that difficult lab, going through the failover cluster, NLB, and then group policies, applying the software. This is amazing, guys. This is amazing. Excellent. Other than that, Human, how is you just shared with me the document. How was your experience? Are you feeling a bit more comfortable now?
No, but honestly, I just I have to say thank you from Vasim and Navid and also Ashish. They really helped me, honestly, because I was lazy to do the lab, as for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Safe know that one. We came from the longest story together, but
Okay.
this one it's pushed me, and I did all of the task, and I'm so happy for that.
Excellent.
And thank you so much. You forced me anyway, to do that one. And and also I would like to share that one. Those labs I sitting beside Dashish or Navid together and resolve to each other. It's really helpful, and I appreciate it when you share the information and you push us to sitting beside each other and resolve the issue.
Very good, very good. Excellent, excellent. This takes you to another level. This is almost close to a very, real environment. Even if you get stuck, you get frustrated, it's fine. It's part of, climbing up and up and up. The frustration in IT always takes you up. Uh, so excellent, very good. And
Number, sorry
yes,
about that. Do you have anything more we can practice? In other hand, if you have any project, because I really interested to work more. If you have
excellent.
something like
Yes.
that, you
So
can
that's
share
the
it.
spirit. Yes, Human, we will be going through this now, VMware. So the thing is, I mean, one of the things, being a successful in anything that I've learned, to focus on something that we are having in hand now. Okay, so we can do a lot here, but now since we are starting VMware, I want you to and everyone to focus only on VMware. So think that if VMware is that boat where we need to survive through storms, where we need to go inside the war, and you need to be successful. So to answer your question, yes. Now that we are starting VMware is a bit on the advanced level. VMware is an advanced technology. VMware is used everywhere. So to answer your question, yes, we'll focus everything on this. And then later on, yes, there will be a lot of other custom labs that I can share with you. But for now, focus only on VMware.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. And Naveed, how was your experience?
Done everyone.
Welcome, Sam.
Well, Adnan, if you ask me, so the only thing which I really want to say, it was a great working experience with the project. And the good thing is that you added previous labs in the project. So this is a recall of the memory.
Excellent.
And the second thing is you are right that if we compare ourselves as compared to 3 months before, so we were able to do all of these tasks. Not only me, but everyone in the group, all worked hard on it, and everyone is basically working hard to get to the point or get to the second level of to get on the second level. But overall, the looking on the document and implementing on the VMware or working on the machines, for me it was a great experience once again, and I felt like I was working in a professional environment. Because everything which is defined by you and everything which is documented in the project document, that is a kind of professional level. So I spoke with Ali Usmani, and I showed your document to him as well, and he said where the place where he is working, he is getting the task in the same way as you received in the document from Adnan Bhai.
Wow, that's good. That is good,
So
mashallah.
that's
Excellent.
really amazing. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time which you are spending on us and your hard working as well.
Very good, guys. Thank you so much. So spending time here and dedicating this part of your life, this will definitely change, inshallah. This will pay off. Anyone has any questions before we move on? Anyone has any questions about this? And
Sir,
before, yes, please
okay,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead, sir, please.
So
No,
I,
it's okay.
yeah, just wanted to ask Abdullah, how are you doing, Abdullah? It's been a long time. Abdullah is on mute, I guess, and Ijaz is on mute as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just unmute. Walaikum salam, Adnan bhai. Thank you very much for letting me attend this class. And yeah, for the last 6 years, I'm working with one company, and alhamdulillah, still with that company. Ups and downs goes because the project-based company,
Right.
but the job is continuing. I'm still with the IT environment. I'm applying the whatever I learned from you and from other sources. So
Excellent.
going great. The environment where I'm working right now, we are looking to upgrade a very old version of VMware 5.5, and we are in the process of putting 7 to that. And that's the time I thought that it's
It's a
good
good
idea
idea.
to
Excellent.
freshen up my skills, what I learned from you, although I have completed my certification. But
Mashallah. Good.
yeah, so
Okay,
I'm here to
excellent.
learn again.
Very good, very good. Yes, VMware 5 is old, but I remember the first time when I delivered it, when it was just released. And 5 is different from 3.5 and 4, because 5 had many new features. So, and you see the time passes like crazy, and the 5 is now called old, very old. Yeah, so okay, excellent, very good, Abdullah, thank you.
Thank you.
So Wasim, yes, you can ask a question.
So, sir, if I see whatever you taught us in last 4 months, and then I compare it with what market looking for as a system admin, right? So most of the jobs coming under like as a system admin, a person should know backup, patches, DNS, DHCP, AD, and Hyper-V, right? And all the jobs are moving around, in these features. So this is what I noticed, that whatever you taught us, and the market is looking for these kind of people who knows these all 5, 6, 7 things.
Right. Exactly.
So
That's
these are the
the thing.
core
Yes.
of the market industry, right?
Yes. That is for sure. This is, I mean, so just like I said before, everyone and most of the people that I've worked with, everyone here sitting here in this group, I know personally. I mean, most of the people. So the I mean, we have spent so much time. So the main thing that as being in the field of IT for last 20 years, as I just was telling you all in the last few weeks, that being a cloud admin, being a system admin is a mindset. It's a mindset. You need to have that mindset. And the mindset is, a new technology comes today. Our mindset should be, by evening, you should be, if it is given to you, by evening, you should be an expert of that technology. So it's just a technology, it's just a software where you need to learn the basics, where you need to learn how to install it, how to configure it, and how to troubleshoot this. And why am I saying that it's a mindset? And why am I saying it's so easy to learn? Guys, the thing is, once the IT admin or a cloud admin mindset starts working, you will, since you have been through so many things, since you know how to do a failover cluster, since you know how to do Active Directory, how to join a machine, how to do those basic little tasks, you all know, you have been through that troubleshooting. So so any new technology, even in the cloud technology, it shouldn't be difficult technology. So the things that we learned in the last 4 months, this will give you that edge where now you're ready to fly, now you're ready to take off. So this is what I use in my training all the time. And Saf and Ijaz, they started with me, I think 2 years back. 2 years back exactly. Like most of the people like sitting here now, they are mashallah doing great in the field, and I'm very very happy. It was a little difficult to start with when you start in this technology, but once you're in the technology, you will see whatever we have learned is all advanced level. What you will be doing in the field, it will be very very easy. Okay,
Sir,
so
Assalamu alaikum. Sir,
yes,
Assalamu
yes, please go
alaikum.
ahead.
Can I add something, sir?
uh,
So can you hear me?
yes, Faz, we can hear you.
Thank you, sir. So
Okay.
I just I'm a bit late because I was trying to log in, but I don't know. But when did you start, sir? Can you just repeat
Okay.
whatever you have said, sir?
Yes, Faz, we just went to the introductions. Today we are starting VMware, so you haven't missed anything. So it's okay. Okay. So I would like to ask Ijaz, can you hear us? Ijaz, if you are able to hear us. So for the people who are
Ji,
joining.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam,
I
Ijaz.
can
How are you
hear.
doing?
Ji, I
Okay,
can hear you.
very good, very good. So, so I have a question, but before a question, for everyone, guys, for everyone, the best way to join this training is dial in from the local number. Dial in from the local number from your phone for audio, because sometimes, and actually not sometime, most of the time, the audio from the computer doesn't work with the good quality. So for that, I would say that use your phone to dial in from your to dial into the meeting, and for presentation, just use the link. So computer is used for presentation and your phone will be used for audio. Okay, Ijaz, can you tell us a little bit about your experience in so for everyone's maybe knowledge?
Yeah, Alhamdulillah, Ji, for sure. We started with Adnan Bhai, I think 2015, Adnan Bhai. And I don't know about the other people, but I was like not the IT guy. And Adnan Bhai is the one who really changed our mindset. And Alhamdulillah, I'm working with RBC for almost third year. And before that, I worked at Scotia about 1.5 years. Then before that, RBC, and Alhamdulillah, we are working fine. So
Excellent.
all the things you like taught us, it's really worked for us, and we really want we want to upgrade me and Saf. So honestly, like with our mindset, we are not adjusting with any other teacher. So that's why, like when we see like you are giving the course, so I talked to Saf. He said, okay, why not? We should do it.
Okay, excellent,
So
Ijaz.
yeah.
It was a really nice experience working with everyone. In the past, I have so many people, so many, successful stories. People are working already. Yes, Naveed, you may ask a question.
Thank you, Danbhai. Well, so we do have like successful stories here in the group today. Like one of your students works for BMO and the other one works for RBC. I want to ask a question to all your students here in the group. How did you prepare for an interview? Because we have just started. Like this is our first step in this kind of working, right? And what I want to tell that most of the people in the group, except a few, like they were in the field already, but most of the people in this group are new. So I want to ask you these two, your success stories here, that how did you prepare your interview, or what did you do to get your successful interview?
Okay, so I will tell you. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Naveed.
Naveed, like I tell you my experience, because maybe you have a good experience from mine one, because I failed so many interviews, and Adnan Bhai knows that. So because I was I think bad student of the IT, but anyway, I didn't give up. Adnan Bhai knows I never give up. So I prepared so many notes. Adnan Bhai gave you one-liner, so you have to prepare all those notes. Then you have to prepare all the questions from the internet. So maybe you failed a couple of times, but don't give up and just learn from the interview. So what they want to ask you. The one I understand mostly, if you are good in talking, and if the first question usually they ask you, tell us about yourself. If you are good in talking, like you can explain whatever you learn, whatever experience you got. So that's the point where you can express yourself. So if you express yourself nice, and they won't ask you too many questions. But technically you have to be, at least give them some questions so they can at least think about you. That's all I can tell you.
Can I ask you something?
Thank you. And your name is
Ijaz.
Ijaz Bhai. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Ijaz Bhai, when you landed for the first job, before that job, how you were equipped? Like which technologies you had, like which trainings you had under your arms or under your belt?
We have, if we are talking about the training, Adnan Bhai gave us so many training. We have VCP, we have Citrix, we have like all the certification we done. We have all the, but like as Adnan Bhai said, whatever the job you will get in the beginning, so don't hesitate, just take it, right? So we go for all the jobs. Like doesn't matter, like in the beginning, maybe it's not easy for you to get right away the admin job. Even you get the admin job, it's not easy for you to handle it. That's my experiences. But when you're in the system right now, I am like in the system. So if I can get even still I'm feeling, if I get an admin job, maybe I'm not handle the fully admin job. Maybe I can assist somebody because the experience I got now. So I mean, you can go for any desktop job, any jobs, whatever you find. So you feel you should go for it. At least you should be in the system. Then you know how the system works, right? So when you are in the environment, so you will see how everything works.
Thank you so much.
Ijaz, I have a question. Like, I want to ask one thing. Like, after, what is your expertise right now? And after the completion training with Adnan Bhai, what was your first job? Like, how you start your job?
Okay, my first job was, I remembered me and I think Saf Bhai is here. So we started as a migration job, right?
Okay.
So
Yes, just in the
like
beginning of first 3 months.
in the beginning, yeah, first 2 or 3 months
Okay.
we got a migration jobs that, believe
Okay.
me or not, like this jobs taught us so much, especially for me because I'm very new to IT. I have no clue. I didn't know how to copy, man.
Same,
So
same like
you
you,
can
man.
understand.
I'm also
Yeah.
same like you. I'm also beginner. I don't have any experience with IT. That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, so that's what I'm telling you. Like, so whatever job you get, so don't hesitate, just get it. So you will learn so many things in the job. Like, because if you don't have the experience, people who have the IT background, they know most of the things. They adjust quickly, right? So, but people like me, or maybe as you are saying, you are not IT guys, so you will learn in the market. So you will definitely learn in your job. So many things like which you are not even learn from the maybe from the Adnan Bhai, but very simple things, but you'll learn in the field.
Right. Thank you.
But make sure you will prepare your interview as a professional because they can ask you anything, right? So
Okay, excellent, excellent. Very good, good questions and excellent explanation. And Naveed asked a question, Ijaz and Seth were together in 2015. Yes, both were together in the same group. And actually they were, I think Ali Usmani was the same group as well.
yeah. Ali
Yes.
and forget the other people, but Ali,
The,
Salim,
Ali, Zahir, and
Zahir, yeah.
yeah.
Zahir is also working in BMO.
okay, excellent, excellent. Very good. Seth, do you want to add 2 lines to this for your experience, past experience, anything that can help everyone here?
Yes, it's my past experiences where you remember it's the same. I'm not intelligent, but I am a very hard worker. And during that course, I used to drive a taxi at that time when we just start the course. And I stopped my work and just a complete focus on the training. And it's luckily it's the first job, the same me and Ijaz, we just did together. And the second one is that was a challenging job in a BMO. It's luckily I just got, even I don't have experience of security, and still I can satisfy them in the interview. And last almost 4 years I'm with BMO right now.
MashaAllah.
And
Excellent.
yes, and 3 years I was in a contract, and then this COVID-19 situation start. Then I just accept their full-time job. So yep, so it's the thing, it's just how you prepare yourself. And just if you are friends, if you, because if you just want to remove the hesitation of the technical language, try to speak with your friends what you are doing on. Because the most thing, it's, yes, that was my weak point too. It's I forget a lot of things, and honestly I just in my interview I have a lot of thing in my hand too, the small just points that where I can just start. So so it's just it's most of the time it's luck. But definitely the people, they are listening to you, they want to see something, just 1 2 3 things, and most of the time they give you a chance. And it's not rocket science. I think it's, if me and Ajaz can do, it's I think every can do.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much. Any other question? Anyone? Any confusions? Anything at all? So we will have Ijaz, Saif, and Abdullah part of this training. They are here to upgrade them their skills. So you may ask, you can ask, you can take advantage of their experiences as well, and we will work in groups and teams as well. So any other questions, anyone? Okay, excellent, excellent, very good.
So,
So
so this
yes,
course will. So, what would be the duration of this course, VMware?
yes, I'm going to explain that all. I'm going to explain. I'll just start. Okay, so guys, today we are starting VMware VCP. It's called a VCP certification. It's a VMware certified professional. The version that we'll be working with is 7. 7 is the most latest version, and 7 is actually it's the latest version, and there is no certification for 7 at the moment. The latest certification is 6.7. So 6.7 is so both versions will be learning in this training, and the certification that you can go for is this one, VMware Certified Professional Data Center Virtualization 2020 certification. Okay, no need for my introduction because everyone knows me here. There is no one new in this training. So, but just for your confidence, I've worked on all the versions of VMware right from the start. So we're working with 3.5. So vSphere. This is 4.x, which you can see on the screen. There is 5.x, then there is 6 version as well. 7 is not 7 is out, so we'll be working on 7 and 6.5. So I've worked on all the versions, so I can take you from those small little streets here and there, and give you those tips and tricks that are used directly in the field, and the challenges you will be facing. The only thing that I expect from all of you, the only thing that I expect from all of you is dedication. So exactly the same dedication as you've already shown in the last 4 months. You've completed all of the labs. Everyone is on the same page at the moment. Everyone sitting here is on the same page. Till last week, I haven't received the project lab from all of the students here, but now I've received it. I think 99% except one person, and so I've received the lab from everyone. It gives me confidence. It gives me confidence that we are spending time here, and more than my confidence, it gives me a happiness that the students that are being here. So students are being here, meaning you're spending your time, your money, your the precious time. This time we don't have this time, everyone. Nowadays, just taking out time for to learn something is like it's really difficult. With the time is so crazy nowadays. So for me this is, I take it as an opportunity that if somebody is coming here in this training, sitting here, so that's why I try to give my full on this, my 100% or 200%, to basically whatever we learn today will go with you for a long term. So to answer the few questions that Naveed asked, and that how do you get your first step, first your first job, or go through first interviews. uh, so guys, we use a very simple technique. It's a very simple technique that so Ijaz shared with you his story, and Saf shared with you his story, and this is not just stories. They've been in the field, and just like Ijaz and Saf, there are almost 110 that I taught, and there are like maybe 600-700 students that one of my, I would call him my mentor, and so he taught those students, and everyone is in the field. I think most of the contracts are taken by those people. I mean, when I say most of the contract, I mean contracts are so many, but I've not seen anyone sitting at home, not anyone sitting at home without a contract. So the only thing that is required here, that you need to be in that high gear, that you it's exactly like when you shift gear in the car. So what happens when you shift gear in the car? So once on your gear 1, the car is going slow. Once you're on gear 2, the car is going moving fast, and then 3, then 4, then 5. So just like that, when you're on 5, gear 5, you have to maintain your speed. If you drop down the speed, then the gears will change and you will go back to gear one. And what happens on gear one? You'll be very slow while others are moving very fast. So it's that simple. So in order to stay in the field, so first of all, in order to get the for your first job, the technique is very simple. The simple as you can see right here, we are learning, we have learned. So at the moment you we learned 2003, 2008, 2012, 2016, 2019, and infrastructure services, active directory, DNS, DHCP, DFS. You haven't learned. DFS is not used at the moment, but you have learned these different operating systems. Okay, now we are learning this. Citrix we won't be learning because Citrix is not used. Citrix is now becoming a separate, it's a separate entity. Before, Citrix was part of all job, most of the job requirements. But nowadays, instead of Citrix, now we need to become an expert in cloud and Azure, AWS and Azure, or any cloud technology. So this is why I removed Citrix. I removed Exchange even. So I've worked on many different levels of Exchange, as you can see, starting from 5.5, 2003, 2007, 2012, 2010, 2013. All of these version, I can, I mean, Exchange is in my on my fingertips. And at one time, Exchange was so in demand that it just like in cloud. So now cloud is in demand. Before Exchange and Citrix, both of these technologies are out. So this is why I added in this training AWS, Azure, which is a good recipe to get into the field. So in order to get your first job, what we do right at the end, we will spend 4 weeks. Don't worry about that, guys. So that how do you get your first job? We spend 4 weeks, which means 4 to 5 days on this, or 6 days, uh, just learning how to now completely change your outlook, how to completely change your inside out, becoming an IT professional. So how to go into the interviews, how to answer the interview, how to give them the introduction, which is called a sweet bite. So that first 5 minutes, tell me about yourself. So we have written down that as well. And also we make summaries and also go through interview questions. And other than that, my belief is anything that you have worked on, guys, anything that you have worked on, you have spent your time, your money, anything you have spent, you will be successful in that. So anything that where we are not honest, we won't get it. That's 100%. You're attending these trainings, you've spent 8 months with me. Let's say you've spent 8 months with me and you were not honest, meaning that you were attending the class but you're not completing the labs. You were not going through that frustration of completing the lab. Guys, trust me, this will never help. This will never help, and it won't end giving you a success. So uh, for everyone who have spent this time 4 months here with me, and I can tell you, based on my experience, all of the students that spend their time, I mean, regardless of accent, regardless of their background in IT. They had zero background in IT, but at the end they were in the field. They are now in contract. They are now going through. Yes, IT jobs come and go just like any other technology, just like any other field. You get jobs. But if you are, so the simple formula is that when you're free, upgrade yourself. When you're free, upgrade yourself. Or even within your job, it is better to upgrade yourself. Keep on upgrading, because there is always requirement in the IT field. Number one. Number two is there is always room at the top. So that top, where in the gear 5, where people are moving, there is a lot of space there. There are many paper MCSEs. There are many paper cloud Azure certified and AWS certified, because in my last contract in Qatar, I did a lot of interviews. And I did a lot of interviews around. I mean, there were many people coming from UK. I had interviews with them from India as well, from different countries, from Dubai. guys, many people don't even know basics and their resume is full of technology. So yes, you can copy paste resumes and use resumes, but you need to be, so there is a technique that you need to have a clear understanding of the things that you've written in your resume. So this is why I'm saying there is always room at the top where people are. So if you're saying that you know server 2016, so you should know server 2016, how to do those basic troubleshooting. Now, how would you learn troubleshooting? Can any training teach you troubleshooting? No. There is no training that can make you a good troubleshooter. The only way you can become a troubleshooter is by going through practical, going through the lab. And this is why I prepared these custom labs. So custom lab is basically gives you that frustration where when you're stuck, you have to spend 2 3 hours and 4 hours being stuck with that technology. Guys, that is being on the gear 5. That is being on the fifth gear. If you're stuck in something and you give up in 5 minutes or even 10 minutes or even 12 minutes or even let's say even half an hour, and you haven't used all of your lifelines. Remember that in who wants to become a millionaire, there are lifelines, there are phone a friend and this and that, and there are 3 lifelines. Guys, you have lifelines, you have friends, you have groups. So WhatsApp group that we have, that where you can ask a question, where you can find it on internet, you can find the answer on YouTube, you can find, there are so many resources where you can get the answer from. Or worst to worst, delete your environment and do it. Delete your that's being what is like on fifth gear. Yes, you have prepared the environment, you have made 4 servers or 5 servers, and now it is stuck. The failover cluster is right stuck in the, so now you have spent 3 hours building that failover cluster and it's not going through. Okay. So being on fifth gear is that you tried everything. What you would do, delete everything, recreate it. You have to complete it. This is what is being on the fifth group. So this mindset, guys, this mindset, whoever has this mindset, I can guarantee 100%, 500% cannot sit at home. Cannot sit at home. That mindset cannot sit at home. That can, that has that level of dedication that I must do it, and I must. Yes, we are all humans and we get tired. So yes, take a break of 15 minutes. Just go and walk around. Just go, but you have to do it. Guys, what happens is being on first and second gear and third gear in any field, not only in the IT, in our life, being on first and second gear, guys, it is a very frustrating life being on first and second and third gear. You have to be on the fourth and fifth gear. If you're given a project, you must complete it. So that's the mindset that we need to be in. Excellent, guys. Very good. So it's not difficult answering the questions from, those were very important questions. How do you get your first job? You will inshallah get your first job, and we are all in that fourth and fifth gear. So today I was happy to see everyone full attendance in this training. This is called full dedication, being on fourth and fifth gear, guys. So during this training, you may ask any questions at all, anytime. I love questions, and do not hesitate to ask any simple question as well. Though I can refer you to for a very simple question. I mean, I love to answer questions, so don't worry about that. Just feel at home. We are all at home. So being in online training, we need to have a little more dedication to this. And for all of the students that are sitting here, yes, you have proved to be dedicated. You have finished the custom lab 1 and custom lab 2, and now we are starting this new training, that is VMware certified professional. VMware certified professional is a very important training. So it's on my side, it is 11:15 a.m. On your side, it's 7:15 a.m. So we have 1.5 hour today. I'm sorry, guys, because I have that stop today. I have to attend another meeting, so we will be running that for 1.5 hour more. But due to that other engagement that I have to attend, So in that 1.5 hour, I am trying to go through all the introduction for this, and also we need to accomplish this. We need to prepare our basic lab environment as well. So Naveed asked a question, what is the exam name for this? I mean the exam number. So exam name is VCP, which is this one, VCP Professional Data Center Virtualization 2020. So I mean, if you go into the exam collection or anywhere, it is just VMware Certified Professional Data Center Virtualization. I'll give you more details as well.
Here,
So yes.
here, sir, I just want to add one thing. It's I don't know what's the procedure right now because before it's I just have an issue with VMware certification. There was online training which you have to complete, I think, and then you can go for an exam. I just did the exam first and then go for training, and they didn't give me the actual certificate. So
Right.
they forced me to do the exam again.
Yes, yes. Yes.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
there is the one click of this certification.
Excellent. Yes. So yeah, I will go through that as well, and thank you for the reminder. So guys, for one thing, yes, I also needed an update from all of you about your 470, 471, 740, 741, 7042 certification. You all need to go through that. Most of you have finished 740, 741, and 742. You need to go. So next lecture, I will get that update. So we have already spent some time on this already. So make sure you have that update. You have dates for me as well, that when you will be going for 742 exam and 743. About this training, about VMware, guys, VMware training, yes, learning. So learning this training, learning VMware. Um, so after these basic trainings, 740, 741, 742, guys, these are I call them basic training that makes the base. And this base is very, very important. Without this base, it's like a very huge building standing on a very weak roots. With a very weak root, it can fall down anytime. So a person that directly starts with, let's say Azure today, a person that directly start on Azure without MCSA, without these trainings, can be out of the job, can be out of the market anytime, whenever they need to work on servers. So servers understanding is very, very important, which you have already completed. And after this, everything is like art. It will be like an art. So you will see that how beautiful VMware is, how beautiful Azure is, how beautiful AWS is, and how beautifully they are all connected together. So once you see them working in the real environment, it gives you that satisfaction of I mean, it gives you that I mean, I'm just saying that it gives you that full satisfaction of working on certain technology when these all are connected together in any organization. So why am I saying this? And what my point is, guys, my point is that everything that you're going to learn is advanced from now on. VMware, starting with VMware, and these are all difficult too. So not only advanced, these are difficult too, but they need the same level of dedication that you have shown before. It's exactly like we take one step at a time. We learn every day. We learn one new technology. Okay. About the certification. So about the certification, and I'm going to go through this introduction. So about the certification, there are these certification here. So VMware certification has no expiration. Number one, certificate has year when you pass the exam, and so it's so so there is that one thing. So first of all, let me have a look at this question. Okay, Naveed asked the question, what is the exam number? Faz has a question. Yes, Faz, you may ask a question.
Yes, sir. Sir, you said that we need to finish all the trainings for the server before we can proceed into advanced training. As far as this assignment, I have done the Active Directory, but the storage and everything. 470 I haven't done. So 470, even though I can copy the labs and everything, but it's beyond my understanding, sir.
Right.
Number one.
Right.
Number two is like I haven't done that course, so what I'm trying to do is like once I submit this assignment or project till till Active Directory, then I'm going to see your lectures of 470
Okay.
every week.
Okay. Yes.
So is
Yes.
it going to help me, or I have to go to the training again for 470?
Um, it's yes. So except Faz, so Faz, you started right at the end of 471, 741 training. 741, you started, I think, in the last 2 weeks. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I will be starting this training again. If you want, you can sit in that other training as well, right from the start, or I can give you the recording. But this is why I said, I mean, recording is not exactly as attending the class, because recording can, it can give you headaches. Recording, sitting with that 4 hours of so the 4 hours of listening and looking at the screen, it never works. It never works as being in the class. So I will provide you with the recording if that can help you. But for now, I want you to focus only on VMware at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Alamgir, you may ask a question.
Yes, sir. It's a very simple question. Like how much, whatever we have learned, it will be like coming in the next trainings, like in this VMware. Uh, like anything will be repeated, just like Active Directory, DNS, whatever we have learned. Those things will be done in VMware too.
So it's a good question. How many things that we have already learned will be repeated in this training? I would say maybe 5%, maybe 5 or 10%, because you will still be making servers. You will still be configuring those servers, and 90% are the new things. So you will be learning 90%, 95% actually. VMware is a different technology. So it's you will be learning a lot of new things here.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So guys, the certification that Microsoft, that VMware offers. So this VMware, number one, it's a virtualization technology. Number one, it's a virtualization technology. Number one, I'm going to go into virtualization technology, but since we are talking about the certification, because there is one thing that I want you to know here. So first of all, the certification that we are going through is VCP. This is called VMware Certified Professional. I know it's a little bit blur here, because I got it from the VMware website. and the second level of this VCP is vSphere, is VMware Certified Advanced Professional, and the third level is VMware Certified Design Expert. So this design expert, this designing expert, this is called, I mean, this is the doctorate or PhD of VMware, the design expert. So this is the topmost level. And the second one is VMware Advanced Professional, which is this one. And also VMware Advanced Level Professional is so this certification is basically, you cannot take this certification if you don't have VCP. So you must have VCP. You must have VCP in order to go for this training. The training that we are going through is this first one, VCP. Now, your question might be, which certification is required for the job market, guys? For the job market, you need VCP training. This one, the very first one. And then once you start working in VMware, it is up to you if you want to upgrade it to VCP, VCAP, which is Advanced Professional, and or if you want to go through, if you want to take the third level as well. Now, many of my colleagues that are working as being an architect, cloud architect, nobody's going through this certification since the introduction of the cloud. A long time, I mean, a few years back, I used to even try to get this certification as well. But then with the cloud introduction, our complete road is changed. Our complete roadmap for the certification is changed. Now we need to become cloud experts. So you need to get this certification, VCP. Now, in order to get this certification, I need your attention, everyone. I need your attention, everyone. And that is that this training, the training that I'm providing here, this is a hands-on training. Okay, and this certification, once you go through this certification, in order to get this certificate, you need to have there is a requirement. You need to have a VMware. You need to have a training from a VMware certified institute or or academy. Now, how many academies are there? There are academies in all major cities. VMware IT academies. There are many academies. You need to take that training, and that training might be in those places. The training is offered anywhere from 1,500 to 3,000 to 4,000. Just this one training. Why? Because VCP VMware has that requirement that anyone who needs to get this certificate, they must take that training, which is around anywhere from 3,000, between 3,000 to 5,000 training. Now, what is the how do you get that training then? So without the certification, would it be enough for everyone? Would it be enough for everyone that if you just take this hands-on lab, you will still get a job? No, guys. No, you must get a certificate. Without a certificate, anything that we will be learning now, you must get a certificate. Without certificate, companies won't recognize your experience. It will be a difference of 10% to 90%. 10% companies would take you on your hands-on, and but they won't pay you well. But if you're this certified, they will pay you well, and you must have that. Certification. So your next question is that I'm not ready to spend 3,000 or 5,000. How do I get this certification? So guys, in order to get this certification, there is so we found that a few years back that so either you will spend 1,500, another 1,500 in order to get this certification, or there is now one option that there is a college called Stanley College. Okay, so Stanley College, basically what they do is for a very nominal fee. I would say it's a nominal fee, and I am trying to get right here. So this okay, so Stanley College, what is this? I don't know what that is. Okay. So Stanley College. Now, this college, what they do is they offer the same training. They offer the same training and certification with a voucher of with a voucher of, I think, 70% voucher. You can get it from them. So this is, I think, their website, and this is a college in US, and they are offering this online. So what people need to do is that you need to register with them. While we go through this training, while we are going through this hands-on workshop, what I call, so the training that we are going through is a workshop training. Secondly, so this is what we need to do. This is a training that is required in order to be eligible for the certification. Without this training, you won't be eligible for the certification. So, and the second thing is they have something called a waiting list. So they're saying to ensure you are contacted when these classes are offered, please add your information right here. So I'll be adding this. I'll be providing you this link, everyone, in the chat window. It's there now. What you need to do at the end of this lecture, just go there, put your name in the waiting list in there. So what happens is, in about maybe 3 to 4 weeks, they will send you an email saying that now you can pay for the fee, and then they will give you a complete set of videos. You need to take their online training, and I think this training is, I think, anywhere around $200 to $250. It will be US dollars, but guys, this is comparing to that 3,000 and 4,000 that you have to spend outside in order to get this certification. And why do you need to get this certification? Is it important to get this certification? Yes, guys, it is very important to get this certification. Why is it important to get this certification? Because all the cloud technologies are based on VMware and SCVMM, and VMware is there, and all the hybrid cloud environment, they're all in VMware. So in order to get that, remember that when we started this training, we said that, guys, we need to have that minimal tool set in our hand in order to get into the market. If you want to get into a contract of $35 per hour, 45, 55, 65, $75 per hour, whatever we are doing in this training, this is minimal. So this is what we need to do. What I am sharing with you, this is basically, many people don't know about this. Many people, they don't know about this, but this is the way to go. I mean, this is the cheapest certification. This is the cheapest we can get. Now there is one more good thing about this college is, I think the exam cost is like 250. The exam cost itself is like 250. So with the 250 that you're paying to this Stanley College, they are giving you that complete set of videos as well. I mean, you have to go through the videos and you have to complete their labs as well. They have a complete I mean, it's a complete system that you need to go through, and after that you will go for the exam. So when you pay them, they will also provide you, I think, 60 or 70% discount voucher for your exam as well. So you will get that
It's
two things.
70%, Adnan, but it used to be 70%, so I'm not sure
Yes.
how much they are
So
offering now.
So yes, okay. I think it is 70%. I mean, some of the students, when they went for the exam, they had like 50 or 60%, and they came back to me. Oh, you said 75%, but now this is now 50%. What can I do? Come on, man. I mean, this is, you're paying them fraction of a cost, and they're giving you a certification. So if even if it is 60% or 70%, this is still a very good opportunity. Now think on the flip side. The flip side is, if you don't have this, if you don't have this type of facility, then what would you do? Then yes, you can learn it. You can learn this all hands on, but you won't find a job. Okay. So Ashar said, yes, Stanley College is 250. 250 is the exam cost, and 250 is the Stanley College, which means that by going to a Stanley College, you will get 70% discount on exam, and also get has an opportunity to certified. And also another good thing is that this college stopped doing this for a few years, and they started doing that again now. So which is a good thing. I mean, we are again the lucky batch, because before, I mean, 1 year ago, when my students wanted to get into Stanley College, there was no option because they stopped doing it. But now they started doing it again, and they're doing it with the latest version. So the latest version is 6.7 on VMware. There is no certification for vSphere 7. So the latest version of certification is 6.7, and they are offering this. So I would say everyone should go for this.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Just want to clarify myself about this Stanley. Okay, I understood. They offer all the labs, videos and everything, lecture and everything. Okay. Once, how do they know I finished my lectures and labs, first of all? Okay. And on which website should I go for the test after completing the labs?
Right. So
who's gonna take my exam?
Yes, so it's a very good question. So first of all, how would they know? Just like I said, they have a complete system. So they will provide you a link to their website where you will go. You will need to take a video lesson. So everything that we will be learning here and more, because it's a recorded session. They will go into a lot of details there. But first you complete their video, and then you need to complete a lab, and their system is so good that if you've not completed the lab, they won't let you clear that chapter. So it's their technology. So let's say you finish the video, you need to complete the lab, and you need to finish their quiz. Then that chapter is finished, you can move on to the next chapter. So it is within their system. So some of the students, what they did, they finished all the videos and they didn't complete the lab, or they didn't finish the quiz, they didn't get the discount. So they never got the certificate from them, and not even the discount. So they have a system in there. Once you start their thing, they will give you I think around 3 months to finish everything. And so for that, so to answer that question, yes, they have a system and you need to follow and complete everything, so they know what you're doing in the lab.
Sorry, Adnan bhai, I have a question.
uh, uh, just a second, there was a second part of that question as well. What was the second question, Wasim?
Sir, where to go and give the exam, like on
Yes.
their own
So
website or?
no, it's like Microsoft exams. You can do it at home nowadays. All these exams are offered at home. So you don't have to go anywhere. Just register for the exam and do it from home online. Okay. Human, yes,
Okay,
go
so
ahead,
it's
please.
mean that
Yes.
we have to do two kinds of lab. One lab is taken care by you, which is hands-on, right? And then another one is from the Stanley. And Stanley is to finish because we have to give exam. Before the exam, we must have to finish that labs
Exactly.
from
Exactly.
Stanley.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, all right.
Okay. So this is a requirement. This is a requirement from VMware. Yes. Human, you can ask a question.
Sorry, Adnan bhai, for the class you mentioned Stanley College, for VMware we have two options: install, configure, manage, or optimize and scale. Which one we have to choose?
Install, configure, manage.
Thank you.
Okay. So install.
So I have a question.
Yes. Go ahead.
So, sir, whatever labs who will be doing here, kind of same will be there.
Yes, it will be same and it will be more actually, because what we are going through, we'll be learning 8 modules here, and they might have 12 modules. So 12 modules meaning that 'cause why do they have 12 modules and why do we have 8 modules? Because we are doing 8 modules, the most important things that are that we will be facing in the real environment. So we are going through that, but they will be going through 12 or maybe 14 modules because they have to go by the book. So if you go by the book, they need to complete all chapters. So there you will get more labs and more videos.
No.
Okay.
Sir, this says that we have to attend all the classes.
Sir, we are doing a we have vSphere 6.7 install and configure and manage, right?
We are doing 6.7 and 7 both. We are doing both of them, and the certification you need to go for is 6.7.
7. Then install, configure, and manage, which
Yes.
is 6.7, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I'm going to book it right now.
Yes, yes, please guys, go ahead and please put yourself in the waiting list, because sometime it will take 2 months as well.
For Stanley College, the courses are going to be conducted offline or online, sir?
It's online. You do need an internet. So, but you will get like 3 months to finish them. And I won't say that you should go for 3 months. You should finish them in within a month or something. Okay. So everyone, the certification we are going for is this. The exam number is 2VO-21.19. This is VMware website, and this is vSphere 6.7 that we will be learning. And the associate certification is VCP DCV 2020. The exam cost is 250 USD. And and when you have an exam voucher, you will go here with the exam voucher. You will put it in the voucher that you will get. The exam will be of 115 minutes. There will be 70 questions. Passing score is 300. And you can also do it online. And this is everything that is covered. I'm going to share that in the link as well. So guys, just like we do it with all of the trainings, make your notes. Make all of their notes and put it in the note. Open a Word document and put all this information there. Also in your task that you need to complete before the next lecture, put yourself in the waiting list for this training. So this training is very, very important to take, because without this you won't be able to get the certificate. Okay, so Shani asked a question. When should we schedule for the exam for VMware? Book now for the end of December. So to answer this question, what you need to do is you need to put your name in the waiting list. Okay, so once you put your name in the waiting list, they will contact you in around 4 and 5 weeks. So once they contact you back, you need to register for their training, then you will pay. You don't have to pay now, but once you register for their training, you need to complete the training, and after the training they will give you a voucher. So technically it will be 2 months. It will be 2 months from now that you can schedule. So Stanley registration, if it is done, this is excellent. Guys, put yourself in the waiting list before they can take this off. And this happened to us one time back in 2015 and 16, I think, when the whole group went for this registration and they stopped doing it. Nobody was able to go through that, and then I don't know if they were able to finish that later on, but I
Do
think
we
most that some people did.
do we register ourselves for both courses or just installation?
Ashish, your voice is going up and down in analog wavelengths.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. So do we register ourselves for both the trainings or just one?
Which both trainings?
Like on the Stanley Community College installation as well as the other one, or just one?
Okay, just let me look at it. So if I go in, oh, okay, guys, this is one training. This is not two trainings. This vSphere install, configure, manage, and vSphere optimize and scale. This is what part of one training. This is all one training. This is not two trainings. Okay, which
But
means.
For both trainings?
So once you put your name for, once you put your name here, it is going for this complete training that includes both of them.
Okay.
No, Adnan, there are two options. Adnan, there are two options actually.
Oh, okay.
Once
Here,
you go
here.
on this step, there you go.
Right, right. Yes. So
But
yeah, we need to go for ICM, which is install, configure, manage. No, you don't need to go for optimize. No. But I think it is part of the training. Once you are in the training, you will get these chapters as well. So first select this and how you're paying on my own. And here you need to give, so later on, once they enroll you, at that point, at that time, you will just give them all the information. Oh no, you have to give them information now, but you can pay later on. I think. Okay, very good. So, okay. So this is for certification, everyone. And okay, so let's start with understanding what are we going to do in this vSphere. Why is it so important? Why do we need to go through this? Now, the course outcomes you will learn at the end of this training is in this VMware vSphere 7 training. You will, guys, I would request everyone, if you don't have a question, put yourself on mute. If you have a question, you by all means, you can unmute your mic. So on the phone, people are who are on the phone, we are hearing a Lay's chips sound. So you're eating and the sound is coming in for the Lay's chip, and that's actually increasing my appetite. It's not anything else. So right here, guys, it is in this VMware vSphere 7. So we are learning vSphere 7 and vSphere 6.7. Training, you will be learning easy to create vSphere. We will be doing that all in our computers here. Deploy, manage virtual machine, vCenter, templates, clones, snapshots, and VMware. So in this VMware training, we'll be building virtual machines. We'll be building vSphere standard and distribution switches, configure virtual and physical networking. We'll be working with vCenter. vCenter is the main console. You can think of vCenter as ADUC, Active Directory users and computer. So vCenter is that. We will be learning that. We will be working with ESXi and NFS. We'll be working with iSCSI storage in this. Without iSCSI storage, you won't be able to host virtual machines in this technology. And I'm going to go through that all we'll try to make it as simple as possible. Then we have course prerequisites having basic understanding of Ethernet and TCP/IP, some networking knowledge, your previous experience installing Windows Desktop. We all have that at the moment. We all know how to work with this. So who's this course for? This course is for system admins who need to work with vSphere virtualization, programmers who wants to create virtual VCP, vSphere virtual machines, anyone who wants to get more work from their servers by virtualization, existing vSphere administrators, knowledge of vSphere. So this is for everyone who wants to get paid well in the IT technology. So that is one thing that is not included here. Guys, people with vSphere certified, people in the past, they used to work for $60, $70 an hour. And in US, it is like $100 an hour. So it's a different market in US, in Canada, and in Australia, it's different as well. But this will with this certification in line with your cloud certification, this can shine like a star. Without a cloud certification, it won't shine that much, because nowadays cloud is everything. So you must have Azure, you must have AWS, but along with that, we must have this as well. So since our focus is job market, our focus is not to just become a PhD of IT and start delivering lectures. Maybe we might not get that opportunity to even deliver a lecture. So our complete focus in learning vSphere is VMware, Azure, and AWS is to become an IT consultant that can start anywhere from between. So I'm just being on the on a very just using this as I mean not a high expectation in the IT market. So I'm saying that we are looking for anywhere start from $35 an hour to $60 an hour. So we'll be in that between, in that range. Even if you start like $35 an hour, I mean, which is highly unlikely. A person with VCP certification, a person with Azure and AWS, the minimum rate will be anywhere from $45 and up. So it goes to 50, 55, 60, 70 dollar an hour. But even if you get $35 an hour, that is equal to that is equal to any full-time position. So full-time positions, full-time positions are they will pay you with 55 with $35 an hour, it pays you around 5,500 per month. And I'm going into these numbers because our focus is the job market. So we need to know the value of this certification. This certification is very important now. So now that we know the value of this certification, guys, before we can start, again, one more time, that I want to say that here we need to use all our learning abilities. So how many learning abilities do we know of? So we need to use all our learning senses. So what are our learning senses? Number one, guys, so number one is that we need to have, so here, so learning ability. So you're listening, this is one. So this is number one. You are listening. Number one, I want you to take notes as well. So I want you to write just like you take notes of anything, maybe on a rough page, maybe on keep typing what we are learning here. So many things that we have learned. So you might think that we started today's session with a lot of introduction, a lot of that, but guys, this is all part of the learning. This is all part of learning. The previous lectures, custom labs, it was very, very important for me that you must complete the custom lab, and I am very, very happy that 99% of the students have completed the custom lab, because without that, guys, without that, the time and the money that you're spending away from the family is a waste. So I don't want that time to be wasted. So writing, so take notes. Number two. Number three is discussions. discussion with your other friend, discussion with your colleagues about this, and regularly. So now this is required more than ever, that we need to work as a team. We need to be a team player, and we need to work in groups. So once a week, other than 2 days that we meet here, you need to be on the phone. You need to be maybe in somewhere near your place in Tim Hortons on a coffee, and explain to the other person whatever you have learned. Explain to the other person. I mean, the more you explain, just like I think Ijaz mentioned and also Saf mentioned, it is like this technology can flow exactly like how we backbite others. So it's the bad example, but guys, I mean, how often do we backbite others? It's very often. I mean, am I accusing someone? No, guys, it happens with me as well. I mean, the moment we start talking about a third person who's not here, we feel like I mean, it automatically comes out of, it's a bad habit. We shouldn't do that. But I'm talking about technology, guys. We need to have the technology on our tongue exactly the way we talk about others. So technology, what do we know about technology? So if at this point, if I say, what is Active Directory? So Active Directory, Active Directory should be start flowing out of you like a water. Like a water. So Active Directory is authentication service. Active Directory has OU. So just whatever comes into your mind, start explaining that to others. And this is what I'm saying, this is the group discussion that you will be having in Tim Hortons, or maybe in any other coffee shop once a week. Guys, this is part of the training. Remember that I need 8 hours from you for this training, and you need to 8 hours, you need to spend 8 hours at home honestly. So that 8 hours, from that 8 hours, 1 hour, take out that 1 hour that you have to spend at home in order to get this training. Guys, spend with others. So maybe a group discussion, take out that 1 hour, schedule a time, take out that 1 hour. Take out that 1 hour, schedule a time, and schedule a time, take out that 1 hour. Guys, you might think that my the reel is, a long time back we used to use those tape recorders where there was a reel inside, a magnetic reel inside that used to be stuck, and one sentence keeps on repeating itself. So I'm saying, take out that time and take out that 1 hour of time. This is part of this training, guys, and this is part of being honest with this cause. The cause is that we need to get a job in the IT. We need to get a job in the IT. We In the IT. This is grammatical mistake. This is, we need to get a job in IT. So guys, if for that, I need you to take that 1 hour, and in that 1 hour. So once the 1 hour is scheduled among you, maybe among 3 of you, among 4 of you, among 2 of you, among 5 of you, you need to take that 1 hour, take your car keys at that point, and just go to that location. Just go to that location and attend this religiously, if I'm using the right word. Yes, guys, religiously. Or maybe, I mean, religiously, it's just it's a way to say that it is very, very important that you take out that one time. And what is for that? For discussions, for discussion. And all you need to do is explain everything what is taught in this lecture. Okay, so three learning abilities here: number one, listening; number two, writing; number three is discussion; and number four is practical. Sorry about my beautiful writing here. It's the pen that I'm using. So guys, here, yes, so it is listening, writing, discussion, and practical. We need to use all four learning senses. Then you can achieve the simplest way of learning. This is called simplest way of learning. Without this, without your help in doing this with me, guys, we won't be able to achieve this.
Sorry, Adnan, but I have a quick question.
Yes.
We have how many sessions we have? It's 5 weeks, or this is the less than 5 weeks?
This will be 6 weeks. This will be 6 weeks. Yes. Okay. Okay, so what do we
Thank
learn in vSphere 7? So how to set up hands-on labs, install, configure ESXi host, and install, configure, manage vCenter virtual machines. This is version 7, install, configure permissions and local external storage. So I already created a Google Drive last night, and I think I've given you all of the access. So if you don't have the link and if you don't have the access, just leave your email address here. So you must have it's better to have a Gmail address. So just share your Gmail address here in the chat window, and I will give you the access. So in the video, in that Google Drive, the video recording of this class will be there. So the video recording of the class will be there. And it will also have the notes that we will be building, and also have the presentation will be there as well. And also the dumps will be provided as well. So please share with me your Gmail address so that I can add you to this video. So we have dumps, and we will be having all the class resources that we need to use in this training. Guys, each lecture is very, very important. Each lecture is very, very important, and each lecture is one chapter. So if you miss one day, it will be very difficult for you to, it will be very difficult for you to catch up. It will be because, guys, I'm taking this as this is a workshop training. This is not an academic training, everyone. This is not an academic training. In academic training, what happens is you can learn a lot, but that's for academics. I mean, we have all been to universities. We have all been to colleges. So we go by the book in colleges and universities. The focus is to get the degree. After the degree, then you need to learn more in order to get into the market. So this is not academic training. This is a workshop. Workshop means there will be more hands-on and more understanding of concepts than going by the book. So once you lose one chapter, once you lose one day, you're basically you will be lost. And if you miss 2 days of this training, guys, it will be very, very difficult to catch up. So for that reason, do not rely just on videos. Do not, I mean, if you're thinking, I can just go through the watch the video, it won't happen. It won't happen. You won't be able to sit for 3 and 4 hours and also dedicatedly here. After, in this session, it's my responsibility to keep everyone active. So keep everyone active. I will be asking you questions. I will be trying to keep you engaged in here, and we'll try to have more and more interaction in this. And I will stop, and I will keep on repeating the things that we need to learn and focus more on. So this is my job as an instructor to make sure that everyone is on the same page. And Alhamdulillah, I can see that after 4 months of this training, everyone is on the same page. And thank you. I thank you, everyone, for your dedication, for your time that you spent here. And I can see that in next 4 months, you will be in the IT technology. You will be stepping into the IT, in the field of IT, with the same dedication. So I need that same dedication, and I won't I won't expect anything less than 200%. From now on, our gear, we are on 5th gear, and I want 200% from this. And 200%, guys, this will affect what have we said right from the beginning? We said these 8 months will affect the next 8 years. This will change your next 8 years, guys, and it will change. And so what I was saying, I mean, it was not in my program to bring Saf and Ijaz and Abdullah in this training. I just left a normal message on our WhatsApp group, and I will be adding you to our WhatsApp group, our Canaps family. These are all people, very, very helpful people there. You can ask a question, you can get help. These are all the people that they started with. Most of the people know IT background, and they are all in the field. So I'll be adding you there as well. So I left a message, and Saf and Ijaz and Abdullah, they wanted to upgrade their skills. So this is why they are here, and this is I think we are fortunate that they are here. So what I'm saying, that these 8 months will affect your 8 years. There are 3 examples that are sitting right here. The example are sitting right here. I can ask many other people to come here as well in this training, and they can share, and they love to do it. They will love to do it. But so it happened automatically that three people are here, and you're seeing that their lives are changed. And I mean, I'm not saying that it's all from their dedication, and that dedication and everything pays off by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or I would say that whoever God you believe on, it is all paid off. And there is another concept of law of attraction as well. So law of attraction is you try to strive in something, you will get it back. You will 100% get it back. You try to find anything, you try to spend your time on anything, you will get it back, either good or bad. You will get it back. So guys, here, so we will be having everyone. We will be taking advantage of Seth and Ijaz as well. So my point here is we need to be on the fifth gear. We need to be on the fifth gear. I need 200% from you. These are vSphere, vSphere 5, vSphere 7 is a very important training, and we need to be on that high gear. We need to be, so whatever concept that we are learning together, I want you to be ahead of me. So let's say wherever we start before the next class. So the class will be every Monday evening, EST, which is Canada and US time, Monday evening and Thursday evening. With Australian time, it is Tuesday morning and Friday morning. So the class will be at these times. Before the next class, I want you to build the VMware lab. I want you to build the VMware lab. In order to build the lab, you are going to need, guys, you are going to need vSphere 7, and you also you just need a vSphere ESXi vSphere 7. So it is in the link that I already shared. So let me just get it from here, and I will share with you the link here. Just download vSphere 7 in this, and the amount of experience we have, everyone, the amount of experience we have, you should all be able to build this lab. Even so we have not started anything in that. So the folder that I will be giving access you, providing your access, will be this. So right here I have both ISOs here. The ISO that you need to build a ESXi vSphere server is this, which is this one. So version 7, this is version 7, and this is version 6.7. So this is 6.7, this is 7, and I will be also sharing with you. I will be also sharing with you vCenter as well. I still have to upload this. I have downloaded that. Let's say if you're not able to do this, these are evaluation versions. You don't need a license copy. So I'm going to copy the link here, and I will share it in the chat. So the link is shared on the chat. You can download vSphere here, guys. The real way of downloading this. Let's say in case you are not able to download this, you are going to need this. So in order to download this, you need to go to the VMware website. So you need to go to. So you need to go to vSphere 7 download. So you can just say. So once you go to this website right here, so once you go to, so this is, I'm showing you that, let's say in case you're not able to download from the drive, and sometimes due to internet, sometimes due to something, you're not able to download this. You can download this directly from VMware. The only thing is you need to register with them. So for example, I can go to VMware vSphere hypervisor for free, and this is VMware. Download it from only VMware website, guys. Do not download from any other places, any other. So make sure you're on a VMware website. But for that, you need to first register, create an account with VMware. Once you create an account with VMware, and you will have to create an account anyways when you register for this training. When you will need to be registered for the VCP certification, you will have to create this account anyway. So why not just create an account now? So once you create an account for them with them, and then you can go right here, which is license and downloads. So once you go there, so I'm not logged in at the moment, and once you're logged in, then you can download it right from there. So if you don't have access, just request an access, and I will get an email, and I will add your email address. So just click on this link that is provided in the chat, everyone. So just click on the link, and if you don't have an access, it would say restricted access, then request an access. As soon as I get an email, I will I will provide you the access. So any question, anyone?
So, sir, once I download the both the version of VMware, uh, which file should I run? Boot file or which file?
Um,
Or EFI boot? Which one I will run to, start the wizard?
so once you have downloaded the ISO,
Yes, I mean these two
okay,
VMware.
yeah, these are just the ISOs, and
ISOs, okay.
yeah. So once you need to create a VM in VMware Workstation, and then so at the end of this session, I will share with you the videos that you can follow, and you can make the lab before the next lecture. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so in today's session, what we need to do, we will be learning eight of these modules. Guys, these eight of these modules are, you can say, the main in actually it's everything. It's around 70% of VMware VCP training. Actually, there is so these are the things that are absolutely, you need to be an expert of these. You need to be an SME of all these eight modules, and each module is very, very important. So the first one is introduction to virtualization VMware. Second one, installation configuration vSphere and vCenter. Then virtual machine templates and clones, and then storage VMware, networking vMotion, HA, DRS, patching, security, advanced troubleshooting. So these are the things that we need to go for from this here, and the reference link is this. So from this slide, it's just saying that there are, so here on this side, I know that it's a bit blurred, but we have already discussed that. It's just saying that you will require a training. I mean, if you look closely here, it says required trainings. Required training, I mean, why? So required training meaning for this certification, you must get that training, and that training is the one that the link that I shared with you. So the link that I shared with you, that Stanley College. So we will go through Stanley College, and then go for that certification, go for that training. After that training, at the end of the training, they will provide you with the certificate. So, and as being a VCP, VCP certified person, you must know there are three levels of these. You might, I mean, I've not came across anyone who is VMware certified design expert, but there are people. I mean, if you're at this level, these people are considered the doctors of VMware, PhD level. But then these are the design expert. But this is not, I mean, you can choose to upgrade yourself and go on to this level, but I would say if you start here, this will be enough for VMware. And then after that, you can after that, we need to get Azure certification. And so right here, so starting with the first one, what is virtualization, guys? Virtualization and everything that we are going to learn now, we all know this. We all know this. There is nothing new in this chapter. Introduction to virtualization and introduction to this virtualization technology. Virtualization is a process of creating software-based virtual representation of something such as virtual appliances, server storage. Now, in order to understand this, everyone, how many of you have seen this screen? So if I can share with you this screen, please type yes in the chat window. And we need to be more and more interactive, guys. Please help me out being an active participant in this training. When I say that you need to type yes, you need to type something, please type in the chat window. We need to be on that high gear. We're all sitting at home. Yes, we are all distracted. We need to stay away from Netflix while being in this training. We need to stay away from, yes, you might be sitting in front of a TV. I know some of you might be sitting, but I need your all in dedication here. So excellent. Thank you so much. Everyone typed yes. So everyone knows this. Everyone have seen this technology, which is called VMware Workstation. Guys, this is what virtualization is. In virtualization, what happens is we create a complete server inside a server. So that is called a virtualization. And if we look at this picture right here, this picture is exactly the same thing. Here we have physical servers. So we have physical server one, excuse me, we have physical server 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have 6 physical servers. In virtualization, what happens is you have on one physical server, you can create 6 virtual machines. So instead of virtual servers, so this is what virtualization, by definition, it says virtualization is a process of creating software-based or virtual representation of something such as virtual applications, servers, storage, networking. It is a single most effective way to reduce IT expenses while boosting efficiency, agility for all the size businesses. So whatever we have worked on in VMware Workstation, everyone, that is called virtualization. In virtualization, as you can see, this is my server. Server name is 360 Cloud Serve 01. And on this server, I have on this server I have dedicated 2 GB of my host memory. So 2 GB of my host memory, 2 processors from my host CPU is dedicated to this. I have 3 hard disks here in this for this virtual machine, and all the other required stuff that is required for Windows. And as soon as I do that, I this is known as a virtual machine. And as soon as I do that, what we do, we just start that virtual machine. And as soon as you start the virtual machine, it will work exactly like a server. Now that which this is known as a this is called virtualization. Okay. And the server on which this is hosted, is called a host server. So our laptops are host server. So as you can see that the Windows 2016 is running, and everyone sitting here is an expert of this. If I ask you to create 10 virtual machines, all you need to do, go here, create a virtual machine. And when you create a virtual machine, the very first thing you do is it will ask you to provide an ISO, which is the file that runs this virtual machine. And everyone here is an expert of this. And and once you create that virtual machine will start working like exactly like this. Now, what is the first benefit that we know of virtualization? The first benefit of virtualization is that I can create 10 virtual servers. So how many servers do I see here? One, two, three, four. So one, two, three, four, five, six. So there are all these virtual servers. So there are all these virtual servers. If I would have not had this virtualization, if I would have not had this virtualization, I would have had to buy all these 6 servers. So this is a big benefit of virtualization, and companies are hosting thousands of servers. Rogers, Bell, and all the telecom companies. So whichever country I went to, guys, whichever country I went to, and I went to all Middle East, and so I haven't worked in US. I worked for US companies, but I not physically in US. But so I can say I worked in US, I worked in Canada, I worked in Middle East, Saudi, Dubai, Qatar. Uh, and also here, guys, everywhere it is exactly the same. Everywhere it's exactly the same. Okay, guys, I have to take this call. Sorry about that. Just a quick minute here. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So I get few requests here, and I will provide you the Google Drive access, everyone. And so for this, um, okay, any questions so far? So Naveed asked a question. There is an option where you can create an account with VMware. Are you VMware partner? Would it be yes or no? So that is definitely no. And then you can just create your account, download the software. I will provide you the access as well. You can download the software as well. Physical infrastructure, virtual machine infrastructure, virtual machine. So I'm gonna go through these details, guys, in the next lecture, because I have to as I said in the beginning, I so we have to finish early today. Sorry about that.
Sir,
Yes.
can we delete the VMware software where there is a server and all? So because
Yes,
my
yes, yes. You can,
system.
yes, for sure. You can delete the previous lab, everyone.
Okay.
So just for this lecture and the next lecture, so these lecture will be a little bit short, in even the next lecture. So my question for everyone, just for the next lecture, which is on Monday evening, can we change it to any other day within, so Tuesday evening or Wednesday evening for anyone? So first of all, let's break it down into, so Tuesday will be a little bit difficult, just this Tuesday. Normally, you know
No.
that I don't change schedules, but just for next Tuesday, and I don't want to miss that day as well. So can we change it to Tuesday and Thursday? So let's break it down that if Tuesday evening is not good for anyone, just let me know in the chat window. If it is not, if let's say, if I say that instead of next week Monday evening, we can do it Tuesday evening. If it is not good, just say no, I cannot do it in the chat window. If so, or if you can say, if it is okay for you, you can say I'm okay. So it's
You know, sir, everyone is working from home right now, so we don't have any problem because
okay.
every
Okay,
all
excellent,
region is
excellent.
red zone. Yeah.
Everyone is saying Tuesday is fine. So excellent, guys. Uh, right. So we get a response from everyone. And I didn't get a response from anyone that cannot attend on Tuesday evening.
It's just for the coming Tuesday, right,
Yeah,
sir?
just for one Tuesday, just for,
That,
and otherwise our schedule remains the same, Monday
oh,
evening and Thursday evening.
yeah, that's fine because I think it's best schedule so far. We can complete our labs in
Yeah,
between.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, okay. So just for the next lecture, it will be Tuesday evening, everyone, and Tuesday evening. Very good. So, guys, so it's a hard stop for me. And Australian time, Shani, Australian time will be, so it is Tuesday evening. So it will be Wednesday morning. So 10 a.m. Wednesday, 10 a.m. So just for the one next lecture. Okay. Um, any question before we can finish this lesson here?
Sir, I have one question.
Do you have
Yes, please
any
go ahead.
video for installing that VS
Sir,
sphere?
just want to know one thing. You have given one optional lab where we have to, generate the this VMware. So just want to know, sir, without DNS we cannot join. So why you mentioned the separate DNS on the optional lab?
Yes. So this was kind of a challenge. This was kind of a challenge. I wanted you to find that out, that how you can accomplish that task, and almost everyone was able to accomplish that task. So this is why I said it is optional, but
Okay.
it is mandatory in order to complete the other lab.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Okay. I'll
Excellent, excellent. Very good, guys. And Abdullah asked a question. Can you please provide VMware official book? Abdullah, we won't be able, since this is a workshop training, and I won't be able to provide the VMware official book, though there is a lot of documentation available. And also I'll be sharing these slides as well. Um, Oh, okay. Official book as a name, as a name. Official book, book. So I get all this information directly from the website, but I will see that I'll have to check Amazon which book is good nowadays, and I'll be able to recommend some book for this. Okay. Um, okay, guys. So thank you, everyone. Sorry about that I have to cut short, and today I had to finish early. But next Tuesday we'll have a full 4-hour session, and so on. So next Tuesday is just a change of a little bit schedule. After that, it will be exactly the same Monday and Thursday evening. Okay. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you in the next lecture.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you
Sachin.
so
Thank you,
much.
everyone.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice day. Have a nice day,
Thank you.
sir.
Bye bye.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you,
Thank
Sachin.
you,
Allah
Adnan.
Hafiz.
Thank you.
Allah Hafiz.
Love is.
We are still waiting. Just before you go, we give us permission to join the.
Oh yes, I will. I'll add you to the link. Okay.
So to make the lab, to install the ESXi sample, we need to follow any video.
Yes. I will share with you the video and the lab. Ashar, yes. On Tuesday evening, it will be the next lecture is Tuesday evening.
Sir, I need to ask one question, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
If you have a time, if not, then it's okay.
Actually, I have to run now.
No problem, sir.
So we can
Yeah.
talk another time.
No problem, sir.
Okay.
Take your
Okay.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It will be Ashar
Okay,
is the
Adnan bhai,
same
Allah
link.
Hafiz.
Okay. Allah Hafiz. Thank you. Ashar is the same
Allah
link.
Hafiz.
Okay. Allah Hafiz.